Green flag at the back. Here come the 5 red lights. The sprint race is underway, and Max Verstappen feels the need to chop across Charles Leclerc, who is going bold to turn 1 but can't get ahead, and that squeeze is going to give an opportunity to Perez, who gets shuffled out. A spin for the McLaren heading backwards there. Down the order, I think it was Lando Norris who had a really tough moment. It was Lando Norris who got hit at the start. It's Max Verstappen who had to put the chop across Charles Leclerc, who stayed in that place, and then it's Daniel Ricciardo up to 3rd place. Perez got on that outside line at turn 2, got shuffled back, but the dramatic moment, Lando Norris, who looked so quick yesterday, couldn't take advantage in SQ3 and has contact on the opening lap of the sprint. We go back to the start of the sprint then, and it was a good launch off the line for Charles Leclerc. Verstappen had to respond.
Yeah, you see that as well. The Ferrari and the V car both attacking Sergio Perez, but let's see on the outside, it was contact. 3-car pileup, and then there's just Fernando's left front getting into the right rear of Lando Norris, spinning him around.
Yeah, I think what's happened is Lance Stroll has got up the inside, or is it Fernando actually has got up the inside of Lance and then pushed Lance out into the McLaren.
Someone comes up the inside, it's the Mercedes.
It's Hamilton.
Whoa, Hamilton arrived like a bull.
So Mercedes into Aston Martin, and round goes Lando Norris out of the sprint. And there is the damage for Lance Stroll's car. The stewards have said there's no further action with the turn 1 incident, so that is a quick decision from race control. Max Verstappen has got the jump. That is perfectly timed for the World Championship leader, looking to extend his advantage now. And we move on to lap number 4 of 19. The green flag flies around the Miami International Autodrome, and it's Verstappen, Leclerc, then Ricciardo, the top 3. George Russell trying to get back one of those 3 places that he lost from his starting position. This is visor cam for the Australian driver, and that is Sergio Perez taking 3rd position away from Daniel Ricciardo. One driver occupying that seat, the other one who would dearly like to be there, but Perez makes the clean move on the first lap we had with DRS enabled. Daniel Ricciardo is bobbing in and out of DRS. If he loses it, he's going to be under pressure for 4th position, but it's Hamilton trying to improve now. He had an incident at turn 1 at the start of this race. He's got DRS at the moment, but he's up against a very famous defensive driver in Kevin Magnussen, who's always going to get the left elbow out and the right elbow out and make his house as wide as possible. And this is through 14 and 15, and that's a novel way to take the chicane.
Just gain an advantage, skip the chicane.
Now that could be strategic from Kevin, because it leads on to this long straight where just gives him an extra few meters for the DRS. A lot closer this time. Magnussen ahead. He's getting sucked into the slipstream, and this looks like the pass will be completed. That said, this is Kevin Magnussen.
You knew what was coming. Back down the inside and hanging on to the place. They will go wheel to wheel. They will go side by side. We told you he'd get the elbows out, and he did so. Still, Magnussen stays ahead. Magnussen, always the last of the late breakers, and he still held on to 8th.
Oh, yeah, just drove into me. Copy, yeah, we got that on video.
It's been great entertainment on track, but race control take a dim view of cutting the chicane, and he's got a 10-second penalty. Meanwhile, Carlos Sainz trying to get inventive around the outside, and Daniel Ricciardo invites him to take a look at the curb. Let's see if we get a move further back. Hamilton this time trying the outside line. Going to the inside will be Kevin Magnussen. They both run off the road. Is there a chance for Yuki Tsunoda? Tsunoda's going to be in that mix. There he is! And the Japanese driver trying to go all the way around the outside. And Tsunoda fights past Hamilton, who will be raging at that. Well, with a 10-second penalty in a sprint, you know your race is done anyway. And so Magnussen, I think, is thinking of the team, wants a new contract for next year.
Pushes off the track.
And Yuki Tsunoda in the bright livery says thank you very much, gets himself into what is 9th on the road. So Tsunoda in 8th place, then Hamilton in 9th, Magnussen running 10th on the road now with that penalty to be applied. Carlos Sainz has one straight left. Hamilton has just improved past Yuki Tsunoda to take the final point on the last lap.
Yeah, as Carlos was getting himself into position, so was Piastri.
Right, here we go across the line with Max Verstappen, who wins once again in Formula One. Charles Leclerc will come home in second place. It's Perez in third. And how close is it going to be in the battle for fourth place across the line? It's been a defiant drive for Daniel Ricciardo, who scores major points for VCarb, takes fourth place for their best result in any race format this year. Sainz was fifth, then it was Piastri. It's Hülkenberg in seventh place, more points for him, and Hamilton did get by on the last lap to complete the point scorers. And this is how Lewis Hamilton made the move at the end. He lost this place, and that is a bold way to get on the brakes at turn 11. That's where he lost the place to Yuki Tsunoda, and he retakes it as well. But Hamilton's been issued with a penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Another victory for Max Verstappen, collecting them for fun in the last few years of Formula One. Charles Leclerc in second place, Sergio Perez completing the top three. The main story, Daniel Ricciardo with an upturn in form in his first points of the year in fourth. He held off Sainz and Piastri. Good points for Haas, good points for Hülkenberg. That's been the story so far this year. Last point, Yuki Tsunoda after that penalty for Hamilton.